Here's Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past. $14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. In motion, that's Tolbert. Off the play fake, Prescott. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Penix. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Tried to link up with Bijan Robinson there out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And looking to throw, Penix. Throw left side, there's London. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Looking to throw, Penix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy checkdowns. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Steps away to his left. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Prescott to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A man who was a collegiate standout nearby in Austin, it's Bijan Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how...
Penix working out of the gun here. Over the middle, caught by London. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Down right around the 25. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's got room to roam, and he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line.
Let's go.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Robinson up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll throw with Penix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 maverick, 60 maverick.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. Now the try here for the point after. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, 74 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
79 Broncos. Go.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And London, the motion man right. To the air, Penix. That is caught. And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Let's go now.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Dragon 60.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
70 ring. 70 ring. Here we go. Here we go. Check out.
To throw again is Penix. He finds Robinson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Back to throw again. He's got his running back out of the backfield. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, ready. Panther 11. Panther 11. Shut up. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Mustang 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
60. Go. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Cup 19. Cup 19. Warrior 70. 18 Pioneer. Go.
They'll look to throw again. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Penix. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
60 Eagles, 60, Bronco 80.
Second and 5. And that's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. Here's a screen for Robinson. Into space at the 45. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 15 yards, first down Atlanta.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Penix to the air once more. Right back to Pitts again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Operating from the gun, Penix. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
19 tight. 19 tight. Panther 11. Panther 11.
And looking to throw, Penix. And he'll find McLeod on the right side, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Looking to throw, Penix. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Mustang 19. 70 Lion. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready, right?
They'll try and throw with Penix. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing, Prescott. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action now, Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
To the air again, Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now Penix. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. We have played 3 quarters. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And London, the motion man right. Penix working out of the gun here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Okay, ready?
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they can't bring him down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Go.
They'll throw with Penix. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
18, right here. 79 Broncos.
To the air, Penix. This is caught by Robin. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Lamb will go in motion. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 33. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Lamb will go in motion. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. Across midfield. And finally taken down at the 34. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And head to 60, head to 60. Ready?
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
7 Pirates, 7, Buffalo 18.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run with Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Here we go, here we go. Check smash, check smash, check go.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo.
This to swell the lead to 6.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Now 1st and goal.
Yeah!
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone with no time left on the clock. And they're an extra point away from winning this game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. The kick is good, and can you believe this? They win it with zeros on the clock. Well, this was a game we'll have in the memory banks for a while. The winning touchdown at the end, and then they had to get that extra point. You know, the knees were shaking, but he put it through, and boom, a dramatic victory.
And just remember, prior to 2015, that extra point almost felt routine, didn't it? Like it was a fait accompli. But when we moved it back to the 15, now the drama kicked in. So, yes, the touchdown, extremely important. Obviously, they had to have it. That was huge. But that was not a gimme, and he knocked it through the post.
So for Dallas,